Welcome to the Parsha Perspective. Each week, we will delve deep in a weekly Torah portion to find a practical and insightful way to enhance your daily life. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Rabbi Shalom Yamini, and each week we will look into the weekly Torah portion to find practical and insightful ways to enhance your daily life. This week's Parsha Perspective is in honor of our homeland, Eretz Yisrael. May HaKadosh Baruch Hu protect our brave soldiers and grant them strength and victory. This week's Parsha Perspective is in loving memory of Baruch Chaim ben Mordechai, Edward ben Ephraim, Shlomo ben Edward, and Yerachmiel Daniel ben Gedaliah. May their souls be uplifted and may their memories be a blessing. This week's Parsha Perspective is in honor of the Refuah Shlema of Pesha Hena Bas Gittel, Shaul ben Edward, and Reuven Baruch Leah, as well as Yael Bas Chaya. May they have a complete and speedy recovery. This week's Torah portion is Parshas Re'eh, following his will. Our Parsha continues Moshe's final address to the Jewish nation. And before they enter the land of Israel, he reminds them that the choices they will make will determine the blessings they will receive. And if they remain faithful to the Torah and observe Hashem's commandments, they will merit an abundance of blessings. However, heaven forbid if they turn away, they will face the consequences of abandoning his path. And as the nation prepares to enter the land of Israel, Moshe Rabbeinu commands them to proclaim these blessings and the opposite on Har Gerizim and Har Evel, and he also instructs them that as they enter to remove and destroy every trace of idolatry, ensuring that the land of Israel will be holy and remain solely devoted to the service of Hashem. Moshe Rabbeinu then reviews many mitzvos, including the mitzvahs of Meiser Sheni, of Shemitah, the laws of kosher and which animals are kosher birds or fish, and he concludes by reminding them of the importance of going up to the Beis Mikdash and the Mishkan for the three festivals, Pesach, Shavuos, and Sukkot. However, a question comes to mind. At the beginning of Parak Yud Gimel, chapter 13, Moshe Rabbeinu instructs the Jewish nation that you shall not add to the Torah, nor shall you subtract from it. And it is understandable why we are forbidden from removing anything from the Torah. Every mitzvah was given to us by Hashem himself and has eternal significance. But why are we also forbidden from adding to the Torah? If a person sincerely wishes to become holier, to strengthen their relationship with Hashem, why shouldn't they be permitted to do more? Why are they not allowed to add or subtract from the Torah, from God's wisdom? The Ramban, Rav Moshe ben Nachman, a leading Torah scholar, gives us a simple explanation. And he writes that the Torah is perfect because it was given to us by HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. Every mitzvah is Hashem's command and Hashem's will, given to us with a specific purpose, a specific reason, and a specific place within his divine plan for our world. Nothing is missing and nothing is unnecessary. The Torah is the complete expression of Hashem's Or Ein Sof, Hashem's infinite wisdom and light, requiring neither additions nor any alterations. For that reason, writes the Ramban, that the Torah forbids subtracting from it or adding to it. Removing a mitzvah suggests that part of the Torah is no longer needed, and adding a new mitzvah suggests that the Torah is somehow incomplete without it. The Sefer HaChinuch, which explains all the mitzvahs, writes that both call into question the perfection of the Torah itself if we subtract or add. Since every mitzvah was given to us with God, by God, with God's understanding and absolute precision, no human being has authority to improve on what God has already made perfect. However, the Rambam, Rav Moshe ben Nachman, a leading Torah scholar and a great philosopher, he gives us a deep and more profound explanation. And he writes that the prohibition of Bal Tosef, do not add or subtract, is not directed at someone who chooses to perform additional acts of chesed, of kindness, or take on personal stringencies. Rather, it applies to someone who presents these practices, these actions, as though they are commanded by HaKadosh Baruch Hu himself. No human being has the authority to redefine the Torah or alter what God himself has commanded. The Sforno, Rav Ovadia Sforno, adds on this that holiness is not determined by our intention alone. A person may sincerely wish to serve Hashem in a greater way, yet true holiness comes from fulfilling Hashem's will rather than creating our own. The highest form of service to Hashem is not deciding how we think He should be served. It is faithfully and with intention following the path that He has already revealed for us. Many people believe that becoming more spiritual means constantly doing more. And the Rambam, Maimonides, teaches us a different perspective. Spiritual greatness is not measured by how much we add, but by how faithfully we fulfill HaKadosh Baruch Hu's will. The deepest relationship with Hashem begins when we stop trying to reshape His Torah, His light, His wisdom, His commandments, and allow Him, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, our Father in heaven, to reshape us. Moshe Rabbeinu is telling us that He's not asking us to add more mitzvahs, but rather asking to bring more of ourselves into the mitzvahs that we already have. Kavanah, intention matters. We need to feel more. We need to understand more. We need to connect more and connect deeply to every mitzvah to transform the way that we serve Hashem. When every mitzvah is performed with greater purpose, with a greater awareness, we bring God's presence into our lives and ultimately make this world a dwelling place for Him. In our daily life, it is imperative to realize that we often spend too much time searching for something new instead of strengthening what we already have. And this is true in our relationship with our spouse, with our family, with our friends, and even our relationship with God. We often assume that adding more will make life better. The strongest marriages are not built by constantly searching for something different. The strongest families are not built through grand gestures alone. They are built through commitment, they are built through intention, and constantly doing the right thing. When we strengthen the blessings that HaKadosh Baruch Hu has already entrusted to us, we build a stronger future and position ourselves to achieve and succeed far beyond what we once thought possible. There's a profound quote that I once read. The neshama, the soul, grows strongest not when it reaches for more, when it discovers the depth that it already has. Have a great weekend and a good Shabbos.
Thank you for tuning in to the Parsha Perspective. Check out our website, theparshaperspective.com. Send thoughts and comments to theparshaperspective@gmail.com. Till next time, thanks for listening.